Very worth taking note. But now we have another hype match coming up. It is going to be Reach versus Need. Need traveling down. Plenty of history with us as an old X-Smash player back in the pre-COVID days. Now taking his career into Street Fighter 6 and doing well. He performs well at salons up in Seattle. But Reach has a title to defend, who's been putting in a lot of work to win core values in the past. This is not going to be a match to sleep on whatsoever. Also, how many Season 1 matches are we going to have? Dude, we have C. Viper, we have Alex, we got Sagai.
You know, I'll take it. It's been such a long time. And man, all right, Need doing really solid here off the bat here. Got to be careful of the Yoga mix-up, but was able to avoid, you know, getting blown up for it on the mix-up. But okay, putting yourself into burnout here is going to be rough. There are setups here, and as we're seeing it, luckily able to get out. Okay, ooh, seeing a little bit of that change here, but unfortunately being down the meter, level 2 in terms of damage. Yes, Reach taking the first round here. Now, Need was doing pretty solid, still has level 2 access here. If you're able to rip that earlier than later, you can kind of make up that difference in momentum. But more you hold on to it, and especially when you get to that level 3, then you're slowly kind of being net negative on that meter. But it really comes down to how you use it. You see Reach playing it relatively slow, doesn't feel the need to be overly aggressive. A lot of sandblasts. Walking up. Okay, ooh. In the corner here, does have access to critical art, and with how low the health is, might need to be used to be able to close this out. Should be perfect. Oh no, dropping that there, but having drive impact, but it doesn't hit, but it works out in your favor, and you don't have to use any meter. That might have been what Need needed. Okay. Into the corner, immediately hitting that level 3 rip. That was what I was talking about, because now there's that potential of also getting that level 1 value. And look at that health, about 60% down, immediate reversal. The meter here is really rough here for Reach. Reach is going to get a little desperate here, but no, able to get the teleport. Oh my goodness, and okay, the meter's kind of swapping up here. Need really needs to close this out in a swift interaction, because what's going to happen here is critical art is at access. You are dead if you fall for any of these traps that Reach might be throwing out. Meter really low here, has to respect the projectile, jumps over, gets caught, drive rushes under here, it's back and forth, put into burnout here, no access to a super just yet, but what a call out there with the DP here. Oh, doesn't go into level 3. What happened, Reach? Now you just have to respect it here. Need is going to get meter back first here. Almost able to get it, but the level 3 rips, and Reach able to narrowly close it out here. What an intense round 1. Now we're in round 3 here. It means business. We're winner's side. Both these players had to defeat their opponents to get here. We're going towards that top cut. Oh, we're thinking, and Need is staying tried and true. I think that is a good option here. I felt like the Luke was doing solid here. You know, it is hard to, you know, play this matchup specifically, but I would say there's probably a decent amount of practice that Need has been able to get being over in the Seattle area. As we said before, shout out to Lon. You know, in terms of locals within the US, you can't get much better than that. Okay, caught in the corner, putting it on the line here with that ODDP. Unfortunately, that drive impact is going to lead to a lot of value here. Oh, we're lit in that super rip here, and now, okay, good DP once again, but still being in burnout, you have to be the aggressor here, but being able to get through there, especially when drive impact is at the ready, it can be difficult. You can't really get away with throwing out any meaties. Good to the corner, Drive reversal, good usage, putting yourself into burnout here, but Reach not able to close it out there, but just a sliver of health. All you need was that little jab mixed in there. Now, Reach possibly going to be moving on here. Great perfect parry, getting a light little punish, but keeping the momentum going, throwing more towards the corner here. And I already know Reach is already ready for the possibility of a DP, as we've seen that kind of be an option, but you know, when you go parry into ODP, it is a really resource-intensive option, but it works out. Going for the level 3, not risking it, not holding anything back. It's going to be a little bit of meter deficit, but it's not too bad. The drive reversal getting on the late hit here. All right, Reach has Need in the corner. Oh, what a duck under the float, and catching with the low there. Should be able to close that round. Looking possible here for Need. Great catch. Actually, a awesome. Okay, well, you gotta be on point in terms of those charges. It is really, you know, specific on the timing. That kind of comes with the character. That's how you know nerves might be a little tense at the moment. All right, getting the counter hit on that grab, doing a little bit more damage. All right. Ooh, yeah, you cannot get away with the drive impact there. Has access to level 2 here for later. Just lets the level 1 rip, making sure the damage is done here, because in the next interaction here, if you're able to get a level 1 conversion, doesn't even need it, straight in the ground. We're going to a game 3. Need on the board here. We're sitting on the screen for a while here. Considerations being made. Breaths being taken. Drinks being had. And we're going into this round 3. Reach here. Long-term, you know, defender in terms of, you know, top cut here of core values brackets. Right now trying to fend off the Seattle Invader, and at the moment in burnout here, but should be able to get a solid punish here. No opt here for any of the supers, but try to get the reset there off of the jump. All right, Reach making sure to get that value here on the board. Will be a little bit better here in terms of this burnout scenario. Good catch on the anti-air and able to close out that round. Now using the meter, that's showing a bit of respect here from Reach. Like, not really holding back here in terms of the usage, trying to just go for any sort of optimal damage here in these interactions. All right, throwing towards the corner. No tech on the knockdown. Good meter gain back here. Good throw escape as well from Reach. Try to teleport back. Need being really aggressive here. Getting some meter back. It's a back and forth. Caught by the kick. All right. With level 3 at access. Caught by the Yoga Fire. Reach doing Dhalsim things here. Okay, able to catch there, but the Yoga Fire interruption here. Oh no. Gotta respect it, but counter hit, good break there. Both burnout scenarios here. Just gonna take it to the face. You know, it's a little damage here. It's very close to lethal. Should, wait a minute, that was it. That was all of it. Reach able to defend Oregon here from the Invader, but what an awesome performance here from Need, taking a round off of one of Oregon's best. You know, we're only going to see more of that here as we have, you know, more new names here for core values that have not previously attended. You know, shout outs to Washington for, you know, coming down, especially, you know, when you have such a good scene up there. I can understand why coming down to Oregon, you know, when you got things like Salon, you know, but we appreciate you. We appreciate you all coming down. This is Core Values 2026, your premier FGC event here for Portland, Oregon.